Hey Capricorn, welcome to Moon Daughter Esoterica. My name is Tammy and this is your reading for the month of May 2025. Now this is a general reading for the collective for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. Of course, cross watchers are always welcome, but no matter why you're here, please keep in mind that it is a general reading for a broad range of people. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you're listening to this video, watching this video, and you find nothing resonates, go check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, whatever you're not watching this one for, and perhaps you'll find the information you need there. And of course, if you'd like a personal reading, I'd love to do one for you. I never reach out to you, though. Don't allow yourself to be scammed. I will never reach out to people asking for money, for donations, saying I have important information. Those are all scammers. If you want a reading with me, my link tree is in the description box below. You'll have to reach out to me. Keeps us all safe and secure that way. All right, let's take a look and see what's coming in for the month of May for you, Capricorn. At the bottom of the deck, we have Magical Map Shifter. So I feel like this month is a work in progress. You may be shifting your whole environment, your whole life, your whole person, wardrobe, whatever this may be. Big changes are in the works this month. This starts off with cleaning house. Now, this could be your physical space, emotional, mental, energetic space. I do feel like there is a physical and energetic component. We'll get to that with this next, with a couple cards coming in down the road. But I also have coming together. So I'm getting that is important to connect with like-minded individuals. This gives you support. This may be actual help. If you're clearing out the basement, don't do it yourself. Ask for help. You've got people around you who are willing to support you in doing so. The reason I'm getting the physical and energetic component is I do have Spirit of Place in reverse. And when I sat down to do this reading, what I immediately felt was a sense of stagnancy, stale air, stale energy. And so being able to get in and sort of shift things around, cleanse and clear things energetically. So that could be using crystals. It could just be placing things in different places. It could also be smudging if you practice smudging, whatever you need to do. But there is an energetic component that is tied to the physical, and it's just stale energy. I don't feel like there's anything bad there. And so perhaps enlisting in someone to come in, practicing feng shui, or someone who does energetic space clearing can help you this month. Don't break the bank on that. I feel like there's people around you that this is for you. There's people around you who do offer that type of services work, and would be willing to either do so for a fee or perhaps an exchange or barter of some kind. But I do see stagnant energy collecting, particularly in corners, and so it's important to sort of shift the energy in those spaces. And while you're there, might as well tidy up too, I guess. And finally, for you this month, we have Moonlight. What I'm actually getting from this card is a sense of insecurity and uncertainty. Similar to the tarot card, the moon, where, the path is there, but it's very dimly lit and there's shadows and there's scary animals along the path. And with the moon card, basically, if you stay on that path, you're safe. You're being guided by spirit. The path is laid out before you. It's a little slower going. It might be a little bit more scary and uncertain, but continue on the path and you'll get there. And I'm actually getting that for you as you clear out your space, your energetic space. Things will become more clear to you. Again, it's that stagnancy that feels very oppressive. I actually feel a weighing down on my chest. It's just too much of a burden. But once you get that energy flowing again, I do feel like you'll have more certainty moving forward. All right, Capricorn, let's take a look at what to expect in love for the month of May. I will do a dual reading on this. I'm going to pull the cards. I will interpret them under single and looking, and then interpret them under coupled as well. So starting off, Capricorn, we have 10 of Swords. Now, this very well could be backstabbing. I really feel like this is overthinking a situation now. Kind of thought something to death, and so it's time to shift gears and try something new. 9 of Swords. Yeah, you've been in your head a whole lot. Not very romantic, but I do feel like you've been doing a lot of analysis, and there has been some concern or worry. Perhaps you're feeling you'll be forever alone. That's not the case. You won't be unless you choose to be. But I feel like you've been giving a lot of mental energy moving into the beginning of May. This ties back perhaps to some childhood wounds. We have 6 of Cups in reverse that are in the process of healing. If that's the case, as you shift and clear your space energetically, this will take a lot of that energy and shift it and allow you to transmute that energy as well. Okay, so what I'm seeing for you, Capricorn, starting off with Nine of Pentacles, you have been spending a lot of time making sure your own personal space, security, and stability is there. This does feel like perhaps pursuing a career or focusing on money rather than connecting with someone. And I feel like you've become very successful, but a bit lonely, and you're wanting to sort of get out there and find someone who is your perfect match. We have Two of Wands coming out for you here. So I do feel like this is something that you're planning this month. I don't necessarily know that you'll be actively doing it, especially at the beginning of the month. You might be considering downloading dating apps or where exactly you should go to meet someone, something like that. So again, I see a lot of planning, a lot of shifting from this focus of setting up your home, setting up your stability, security, into getting out and finding some type of partner or companion. We have Chariot in reverse here, and I do feel like this is again demonstrating that your energies have been a bit scattered. You've been focused on other things. So perhaps, the ability to meet people or even the desire to meet someone to bring into your life really hasn't been there. And as this awareness grows in the month of May, you may find your energy is still a bit scattered. You've been so focused on one or two areas of your life and abandoning that romantic pursuit that you're kind of discombobulated. So it's important to bring your energy back together again. Focus on what it is exactly you're looking for. Are you looking for a relationship, somebody to hang out with, some fun, a fling, something like that? It's very important for you to decide within yourself what you're looking for before you step out there. And I do see with this Two of Wands here, you absolutely are taking the time to do so. We've got Nine of Wands in reverse. And this, I don't necessarily feel like you're vulnerable. I feel like this is attached to the energy of the Chariot where you're like, okay, how do I even do this? What do I want to do? How do I want to do this? It's a feeling of disorientation rather than vulnerability. And so as you move through the month, making a decision of what you're looking for, what types of characteristics you're looking for in a partner, if you even want a partner, this month. I do feel like that. I'm feeling a bit dizzy, actually, as I'm sitting in this energy. It may feel quite overwhelming at first, but I do feel like as you move through the month, it will settle down. Nothing wrong with making checklists. It may seem cold when we're talking about love, but you're Capricorn. You love a good spreadsheet, right? So pros and cons, write some things down, what you're looking for, what you have had in the past that worked and didn't, and taking a look at if you want to continue the pursuit of that in the future, if there were mistakes made on your part, how to sort of course correct, learn from those mistakes, and not make them again in the future. Now, if you're coupled, Capricorn, what I see is that there has been, this could be a lot of energy put into redecorating your space, finding a home, setting up a home. If you've recently moved, perhaps unpacking. Things have been, or pursuit of, an income, perhaps an extra job's been added into the mix, something like that. And I see this as a good investment. Again, with this Two of Wands, good judgment. You've reached a certain level of success with both of these cards. It feels like you've reached a goal. So if you took on extra work or your partner took on extra work to pay off a bill, you've reached that goal. And now you're sort of sitting there with, okay, well, we're running in two different directions. How do we bring this relationship back together? There is a little bit of concern of being vulnerable or feeling like you or your partner might come off as being attacky in this situation. I don't feel like that's the issue, but it's really important to make sure that your communication is well thought out and clear. Figure out what it is you're wanting to say, and plan on a time, setting a time where you and your partner are both available to sit down and discuss these things. I'm not really seeing any cups here, so I don't feel like the love is the issue in this connection right now. There's a lot of love there. It's just the practical day-to-day, having overcome a challenge, met a certain goal. What do you do moving forward as a couple? Again, I feel like the love is there. So this is just more practical things on how to plan on moving forward. There has been some distance. There hasn't been as much time spent together. So starting with that reconnection first and then planning for the future, I think is the best way to go this month, Capricorn. Let's go ahead and take a look at what you can expect in your money this month. So I'm seeing the need to shift some emotions around money. I feel like there is something underneath the surface that it's an unpleasant feeling and you don't necessarily want to address it. This could be fear, this could be concern, this could be perhaps even fear of having too much money. Sounds strange, I know, but there is something about um, having too much money and being too powerful, how that would change who you are or change how you feel inside. This feels like something that's really buried. So this could be breaking some past contracts that you've had on a soul level, or ways of thinking about money. Could be blocking some money. It's time to get rid of that this month. We have Queen of Swords in reverse. So this could be looking back at decisions you made that you didn't necessarily like. Perhaps information was withheld from you, or you didn't take the time to find out the information and you made some mistakes. I feel like you're being harsher on yourself than you need to be, though. We're going from the Queen to the King, and I feel like this is internal judgment. I don't feel like this is anybody coming down on you or lawsuits or anything like that. I just feel like you're being harder on yourself, Capricorn, than you need to be at the time when it comes to your money and your finances. There may have been some impulsive spending, and perhaps that's coming in at the beginning of the month where you're making some impulsive buys and you regret it later. If these are big ticket items, certainly take your time, slow down, read the fine print, decide if it's something you really, really want. If you're in a relationship, discussing it with your partner as well can be helpful. I feel like the two of you balance each other out in that. Um, is it something you want because it's really cool, or is it something you want because it will help you grow financially, bring you happiness, bring you joy, and not just some quick temporary satisfaction? I do see new ideas coming in when it comes to managing your money. Again, this is a seed, this is a new beginning, so make sure that if you're considering new investments, that you take the time to read the fine print, do investigation on whatever it is you're putting your hard-earned money into. Do not go through this month impulsively. Very important. That's not a Capricorn trait to be impulsive, but I do feel like something comes in that kind of gets excitement, builds momentum, and you feel like you got to have it. And I do see regret coming in from that. We have the Moon card when it comes to your finances. Feeling a little bit lost, not sure what to do next, not sure what the economy is going to do. How much should you save? How much should you invest? How much should you adjust your budget? And I do feel like you are on a good path, Capricorn. So keep doing what you're doing. I do see success. Some of it may be strong, but I feel like you're through the worst of it. The biggest cuts or the biggest adjustments you've had to make to your finances are done. And in the past, I do feel like they are paying off. It's just really important to not say pay off a credit card and celebrate by putting a bunch of things back on that credit card, right? I'm seeing little tiny mistakes that could wind up being a big regret, something like that. Um, but I am saying what you have been doing so far is working. It can bring in success. Um, Maybe not as quickly as you had hoped. Again, I see you in your head a lot and taking responsibility for things that maybe weren't yours. Maybe you made the best decisions you can, and it wasn't a matter of discernment. It was just a matter of luck, or the representation of whatever it is you invested your time and money in being intentionally deceptive. You're through the worst of it. Just keep going. What you're doing is going to be successful for you. All right, let's move on to inspiration for you, Capricorn, for the month of May 2025. Help support Capricorn as they move through the month of May 2025. Let's see how many we have here. Can't make it up. Be gentle with yourself. This is judging. Okay, hold on. I love these cards. They're circling back to the beginning. I feel like there's one more, though. There it is. We found it. Okay, so first of all, we have be gentle with yourself. We were just talking about that when it comes to your money. You did the best you could at the time. You're doing the best you can. Don't get caught up in the whirlwind or the hype of something, and be gentle with yourself for the times in the past that you have done so. We've also got clearing out the old. That corrects connects to next directly. Wow, words. This connects directly to this cleaning house energetically, physically, emotionally. It's time to get rid of the things that you don't need, the things that no longer serve you. This could also circle back. You might find something of value that you can't use, but perhaps you could sell, and that will help with your financial situation. They're saying use your intuition as well. Whatever these bad decisions were in the past, I feel like that you felt like you used your intuition rather than your logic, and you were led astray. You have brought healing to that. And so what I'm hearing is safe to trust your intuition. It's nice to have the balance. Listen to your intuition, listen to your gut feeling, especially you Capricorn. Being an earth, you're going to feel, being an earth sign, you're going to feel this in your body. Trust those. Of course, you can also balance that out with logic. Does this make sense? Do I have all the details? This is what it feels like. Maybe do some research and then go forward from there. But I feel like the tendency to completely eliminate intuition is not going to be helpful for you this month. In fact, bring that intuition back in. It's safe to do so and beneficial. So Capricorn, that's what I'm getting. Thank you so much for watching. Sending much love, big hugs to every single one of you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if so drawn, and I'll see y'all next month. Bye-bye.